The Oklahoma City Thunder drop Game 5 to the Dallas Mavericks and Oklahoma City. And this was a game that I thought Oklahoma City was probably going to win pretty handily. A lot of other people did as well. And Oklahoma City is now on the verge of being eliminated. Historically, teams that have won Game 5 go on to win the series. But tonight, the Thunder not only couldn't get it done, but there were some things that just, it felt concerning, right? I don't know. Maybe y'all agree with me. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just overreacting because I'm recording this at 11:18 p.m. on Wednesday night after the Thunder lost. So if I'm off my rocker, y'all are just going to have to let me know. Before we do it, make sure you guys jump in the comments below. Give me your thoughts, your opinions on Game 5 for Oklahoma City. And just tell me, do you think Oklahoma City is still in this series? I think it's over. I think it's over. I would love to eat crow and be wrong. But here's the deal. Luka Doncic had one of his best games of the series, and the Mavericks had one of their best games of the series. Luka Doncic, 31-point triple-double tonight. Dallas shot 52% from the field, 40% from three. They did have 14 turnovers. It really didn't matter because Oklahoma City couldn't get anything done with those turnovers. And then 46 rebounds to Oklahoma's 33, right? So you out-rebounded Oklahoma City by 13 rebounds. Luka, though, was impressive. And before we dive into the Thunder struggles and what the Thunder need to fix going into Game 6 to have a shot to tie this series back up and come back to the Paycom Center, Luka Doncic comes into this game. The narrative is this guy's hurt, playing through injuries, crybaby Luka, didn't look really that hurt throughout the game. But Luka Doncic didn't whine that much tonight. I felt like this man lived on Twitter the past day, saw all the memes, and said, I'm not going to argue with the refs. And he talked about it in the postgame, focusing on basketball, focusing on what matters on the court. And he was able to help his team pretty mightily by getting back on defense and not arguing too much, just kind of letting the game come to him. And I'm going to be honest, if Luka continues to do that, the Dallas Mavericks are going to be hard to beat. But Oklahoma City, man, you just had another night where you couldn't get the shots to drop. 42.5% from the field and 25% from three. And it's not that the Thunder were getting bad looks. I mean, there were some bad shots by the Thunder. Don't get me wrong. But Oklahoma City had open shots. They just couldn't get the drop. You had 11 more shot attempts than the Dallas Mavericks, and you couldn't get it done. On the free throw line, you were 8 of 10. And I'm not going to lie, after Oklahoma City's big night at the line in Game 4, it really felt like the refs were tight with the whistle again. Multiple times that I felt like Shea or J-Dub were getting beat up in the paint. Those would have normally been calls for the Mavericks. They weren't being called, but pretty fairly across the board, the Mavericks only shot 13 free throws. And you can say they really only shot 9 because 4 of those free throws came on pretty much a hack of lively. So in reality, the foul calls were pretty even across the board. But I bet if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan and you're a Thunder fan, you agree, like you kind of wish the whistles would tighten up just a little bit more. Oklahoma City gets 8 steals in this game, but the blocks, those were down. Oklahoma City only had 2 tonight. Dallas had 5, and Dallas lived in the paint tonight. I mean, 48 points to Oklahoma's 44, but it felt like more than that. And it felt like they were constantly getting the alley-oops. So props off to Dallas. They're largely the night was 18. And you really felt like the veteran leadership on the Dallas Mavericks showed up and showed out tonight. If you're Oklahoma City going into Game 6, I hate to say it, I've really somebody said it earlier to me, but it's probably this easy. It's just Oklahoma City needs to find their shot. If you're Oklahoma City, you go into game 6, you find your shot in Dallas. You're taking more shots than them. You find the 3 ball with how you're playing on defense. If you can hold the Dallas Mavericks to under 100 points, you're winning game 6, going to game 7 in Paycom Center with a shot to advance to the Western Conference Finals. But again, historically, teams that win game 5 move on to game 6 and 7. The only good news is if you're a Thunder fan, this was a 12-point loss. Really, I mean, 10 points if you count the late bucket that, just kind of like a give up at that point. You kind of lost by 10 in this series before. Like, these have been close games. And the games that you've lost, you just haven't shot well. And then you won a game where you didn't shoot well. So Oklahoma City knows they can do this. It's just going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. You loved seeing the adjustment of Isaiah Joe to start the game to try to give Oklahoma a fast start, but we'll dive in more to this tomorrow. I just want to get some instant reaction out there because I know a lot of Oklahoma City fans are probably feeling down right now. I understand your pain. As a lifelong Knick fan, I kind of just expect the disappointment at this point, and I'm feeling it right now. So if you guys have not already, make sure you guys jump in the comments below, give me your thoughts. And if you guys have made it this far and you have not already, make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.